Needs more rum. 151 Rum is the new single from J.I.D, a rapper who I listened to last when he dropped the Never Story, and I caught the song Ed and Nettie off of it because I was on Twitter and it mentioned that J. Cole was in the music video in an animated short that featured a lot of Easter eggs, and I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed J.I.D's flow and style and the beats that were on Ed and Nettie, and I thought that the story behind Ed and Nettie was really cool and how he used that simplistic cartoon and turned it into something way more deeper and more impactful and more real than you would expect. In 151 Rum, it looks like J.I.D is taking the story of a youth trapped in a hellish life cycle that involves him having guns and being around violence and simply being kind of a cog in the machine of that violence, kind of just falling victim to what is constantly around him. It's that classic saying of we are a product of our environment sometimes. Not necessarily true for everyone, as there are different kind of stories and humans are completely complex, but for the general public, this is something that anyone can attest to. However, looking further beyond 151 Rum and how it was created, you can see that it says a film by J.I.D, so that would imply that there's going to be some type of visual going along with this song. Also, what I noticed in my second listen was that there is a part in the beginning before the song really kicks off. It says Act 1 or Act 1 Part 4. So this is in the middle of it. It kind of sort of reminds me of Childish Gambino's Because the Internet never really self-referenced the parts it was supposed to be a part of. You could have found those on the screenplay, and the screenplay would tell you like, this is when you're supposed to play this song, this is when you're supposed to play this one. Here, J.I.D just kind of like points it out like, hey, this is a part of a film. So I guess 151 Rum is an instance in the world. It's not necessarily the whole thing. It's a part of what I'm guessing will be a huge ecosystem of different things happening within neighborhoods and whatnot. But presumably things that J.I.D can relate to and things that have happened to J.I.D, and using these characters as ways to describe what something that he might have had to deal with. I don't know. It could be the people around him have had to deal with it, and this is his way of illustrating that in words. J.I.D's flow on this song is awesome. I love the way that he's going back and forth and seemingly going faster and faster, and it feels like you're trying to catch up to him. Kind of reminds me of Kendrick on Rigor Mortis. However, I'm not going to say that J.I.D is Kendrick, because J.I.D is J.I.D, Kendrick is Kendrick, and let's let rappers be rappers and let anybody who creates not have to live through the comparison of someone else. That's just not good. Like, just let them be themselves. You can say that there are similarities, but you can't say that they are just literally a copy of them, unless they are literally copying them. Then, by all means, go ahead, do what you want. The eerie voice that hummed and became the background to the beat was a very nice touch. It kind of added that feeling of this should feel like distorted and messed up, but it's not. And it sort of relates to how this should sound like a horrible nightmare, but it's something that's completely normal in terms of how this kid grows up to kill someone even if he didn't want to, or using alcohol to cope with that, or using alcohol to bring that, or being encouraged to kill. Taking someone's life should be something so significant, and yet it's something so regular. And in a weird way, this eerie voice kind of represents the sound of that. And J.I.D's flow on the hook, run nigga run, run nigga run, 151 Rum, it's like, it sounds like a little fun, like the way his voice is bunny hopping on this track. It seemingly sounds like it's exciting, but it's not. It's kind of this like simultaneous stab, but also normal. It's a banger, but not a banger. Like, you can rock to this, but at the same time you're like, dang, this is messed up. But I believe that's the point. I believe once we get the visual that most likely would go with this film, and I think potentially will be a part of the album itself, we'll get more of a actual picture on it. However, this is just what I think potentially conceptually J.I.D is going for, and it's not like he hasn't rapped about this before. So I would say that this fits right in J.I.D's wheelhouse. I think he's doing a wonderful job, and I cannot wait to hear the next track, or hopefully the rest of the album if he drops the entire album, because he's kind of teasing it. I want to say it's called DiCaprio 2, something along those lines. So with that, we'll see. 150 rum, I can't say it without thinking it like the song. It's an earworm. Well, this guy says, drink responsibly, and also party safely. Get lit. Oh, see, that would have been funnier if the lights were actually off over there.